5 insider tips from people going through the employment tribunal process right now, and we learned all of these from our support group last night. Number 1, phone the tribunal even if they say they want you to email them. We had a few people saying that they were waiting for ages for replies back from the tribunal, but they had only been communicating over email because that's what the tribunal tells you to do. Lots of people piped up and said, oh, we phoned them and they are lovely. They're very supportive, they're very helpful, just give them a phone. You're not going to get in trouble for phoning them. So that's the top tip there, give them a phone. Number 2, use transcripts for covert recordings. So we had a few people who had done a covert recording and the employer was asking to see the recording, and that's normal because you'll need to disclose it as part of the evidence. And the tip there was you don't actually have to share the recording itself, do the transcript and then send that along. And that's typically going to be fine because by the time it gets into the evidence bundle, it will probably be a transcript anyway. It's actually pretty unusual to use the actual recording. So send along the transcript and see if that's enough. Number 3 was a really interesting one. It was about trying to remove as much emotion from the process as possible when you're in hearings, but knowing that you'll probably cry, and that's okay. So one of our litigants in person was talking about the prep she's been doing. She's gone to a few hearings as an observer, and what really struck her was how emotionless the process was and how much they were focusing on the legal facts. And at the same time, people were saying, I don't know if I can do that, I think I might cry. And a few people who had said that they've been through the process said, well, I did, and it was okay. I think the tribunal kind of expects litigants in person in particular who are talking about their own experiences to get emotional. And the tip seems to be here, it's okay to cry, just try and keep the hurt and the anger out of the process. Number 4, it's okay to ask for an extension. One of our users was really stressed out. They had a deadline coming up and they weren't sure if they were ready for it, but they weren't sure if they were allowed to ask for an extension. In fact, it's very normal for employers in particular to ask for extensions. Sometimes they even use it as a tactic to try and wear you down. And the tribunal are very used to being asked for extensions. We have a template for this on our website. So yes, you can ask. The tribunal can say no, and you don't have to have like the biggest reason in the world. It can just be, I'm a litigant in person and I need a little bit more time to get this prepared. Number 5, if you feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster, that's normal. Lots of people talked about the ups and downs emotionally of this process and how even if you're doing well, you're still not sure if you're doing everything right. And that's why we have the support group. I'll pop a link in so you can sign up for the next one.